Someone who pays attention to all aspects of your financial picture is our number 8 reason, big issues and small. I think it's a great quote, a coach that I heard write it out in an email newsletter. The numbers don't tell the complete story. You need to understand what, who, and how the numbers are being driven. So I don't know how many people this would resonate with, but I would suspect quite a few. Sometimes you just see a report and it doesn't tell the story. You could have extraordinary revenue for some reason in a particular period because it was a one-time non-recurring item, either an expense or a revenue. I remember a story once, this was very early in my career, very, very seasoned. It was a blue-collar kind of business, really smart entrepreneur. And I walked in with a set of numbers someone on my staff put together, and he told me they were all wrong. And I said, what do you mean they're all wrong? He says, I know my business. I know what's going on. These aren't right. And sure enough, the bookkeeper had done something that was a little bit off that we had to go correct. But this business owner, he knew the what, how, and what was driving all of his numbers, and he's keeping it almost in his head. And he was telling me, if you're telling me I did $1 million last month, by example, I know it was 1.3 or 1.4 because this, and this. So I think that's an important point, that you need to have the CFO who is understanding those numbers and getting very aligned with how those numbers are being driven by your KPIs and your metrics. So you should have your KPIs and metrics. The Gravitas Impact Coaching process goes through all of that in your stages of agile growth. So you need to have that alignment, but more importantly, you need to have the CFO know who's driving that KPI metric, so he or she knows to go to that person and has a handle on if you're going to miss that metric, or maybe you're going to be above that metric. But that CFO is rarely ever surprised when the numbers come in, because when the numbers are coming in, they're seeing that the KPI was consistent, if the KPI is a good measurement of your results, with what's going on with that driver.